Hello. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. And we'll get to see the #1 overall pick from the draft tonight in Ben Simmons. The guy is such a talent. I can't remember exactly where he went to school.
All I know is #1 picks that come out of LSU have a great shot of becoming legendary. I should know. Ben has all the time in the world, but it will still take some time for him to develop.
4,382. You know what that is? Times that you've talked about yourself.
I'm just giving factual facts right now.
But he did put up insane numbers. This guy
put up the same numbers?
Insane.
Okay, I thought you said the same numbers. He's not that good.
What, he didn't have SLN?
No.
No Shaq-like numbers.
And the thing is, you just reeled him into another mention of himself.
All right, that's 4,380.
Yeah. Chris Jackson-like numbers.
Okay, well, probably the best player possibly in the country of Australia.
Yeah. Can you give me some of your Aussie lingo?
It's getting better, Mike.
It's getting better. It sounds a little English to me.
Yeah,
no, the English is it's getting better. That's English. Australia, it's getting better, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, I got every accent you want.
Both have mate in it.
You got anything? You got anything else?
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, that's true. See you later.
It's getting better, Kevin. Going down to you now, Mike.
This here mine, this here mine. That's it right there. This here mine. What are you doing? I ordered my signatures to dance. Everybody got signatures to dance when they get hot.
Okay. Y'all work that out.
Yeah.
I got practice.
Baby, come on, sis.
Yo, Denver, just let it flow, man. Like whatever happens spontaneously on the court, let that be it.
Man, I'm gonna be ready for mine. Watch, Prez. When coach calls me out there, I'm gonna have my shot down. I'm gonna have my dance down.
All right, let's see it.
Everybody go. Because this right here, this is me pointing like this here mine. Ready? This here mine. This here mine. Everybody gonna do it. This here mine. Where the rap is at? This here mine. I'm gonna call Drake. Someone get Drake on the phone. This here mine. Hey, that's right there. That's the one. That's the way you shoot it.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Phoenix Suns come in for this one. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. This is Kevin Harlan along with Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Coming in off the road, the 76ers are back in Philadelphia for this game. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And you wondered coming into the season if this team might have some issues, and that's been the case here thus far. We'll see if they can address those issues. It's a long season and find a way to turn it around.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Brett Brown last season received an extension on his contract as head coach of the 76ers. It's been an uphill battle through the first 3 seasons of his tenure in Philly, but Brown has faith. He said, "We have started something extremely difficult, but it's going to end up extremely special. I see great things. I see daylight." Kevin?
Thanks, David. He's paid his dues. He deserves to see it through. Doris, as you try to evaluate teams here in the early going and try to predict what kind of season they might have, what do you personally look for?
Well, I think early on I want to see what kind of defensive habits they're building. Are they championship defensive habits? Are they giving multiple efforts? And then who are they on the offensive end? What's their identity? How do they win? What's their go-to move when times get tight?
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Bledsoe teams up with Booker in the backcourt. Jared Dudley out there. The 76ers trailed by 3. And Bayless kicks to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Oh, that pass was right on the money. He'll get a well-deserved high five for that one.
Pass to Tucker. Back to Knight. He dishes it to Chandler. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
Listen, percentage-wise, Chandler has forever been one of the best at finishing around the rim.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Minnesota.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And free throws are especially difficult on the road. The crowd noise can affect what you're thinking, and it's a challenge. And it was obviously a challenge they were dealing with.
Bayless dishes to Henderson. Puts it up from 7. Embiid, no good.
He looked like he rushed that look. Just needs to take his time, and the shot is there.
Here's Young. An explosive finish there from Young.
And he might not do it too often, but Young can get some good lift if he has a path to the rim.
And Bayless kicks to Henderson. Noel passes to Henderson. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The 76ers again can't hit it. Pheonix leading by 5. Out to the wing. Here's Tucker. No good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. The feed to Prez. Young up top. Out to the right wing. Good on the triple. Tucker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now here's Henderson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Bayless. Kicks it to Noel. Lets it go from 11, and they're able to recover.
And you gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Suns ahead. They lead by 6. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And from what we've seen, guys, from Pheonix, what do you guys see?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
You know, this is a savvy group. They know when to body up and play physical and when to back off.
The 76ers trail by 6.
You know, the Phoenix Suns, of course, with that renowned training staff. We've seen players like Grant Hill, Shaquille O'Neal extend their careers in the Suns uniform. And that training staff couldn't fend off the injuries last season, though. That really took a toll on this group.
Joel Embiid out there with Saric. Then it's Henderson. Then it's Simmons. And it's Stauskas in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. Simmons with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
When you talk about the injuries for the Suns, last season only 4 players missed fewer than 10 games.
How about Kevin? 23 players took the court in a Suns uniform. There was a hospital ward on the sidelines watching. And you have to look at the positives, though, right? Devin Booker was able to accelerate his development, but you have to hope that the basketball gods smile on them a bit more this season.
And Chandler throws it down.
You know, defensively, you have to contract to take away the over-the-top lob to Chandler.
The 76ers trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Remember, you're my Pippen and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they will.
Different games. I like to say I cover 3 different sports, even though they all are only basketball. Women's basketball's at an entirely different point in its history. To me, the college men's game, you know, the skill level is there, and increasingly it's getting better. But not on the floor at any one point are 5 guys, all of whom have the athleticism or the skill set to make it to the NBA. What's striking to me about the NBA is on any given trip up the floor, and in all likelihood on the vast majority of them, you're going to see something special.
That is so true. The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in, and the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. Warren comes in for Prez. Booker, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Levens is subbed in for Young. Pick by Okafor. Stauskas kicks to Sarge. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly. Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Noel comes in for Sarge. Robert Covington's checked in for Simmons. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Embiid with the steal. Here's Covington. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. And it's Noel missing.
Ooh, that's stifling defense. Excellent effort.
Fred. Embiid with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. No good off the back of the rim. Young outside. Low block shot on the way. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And what makes Prez special is his passion for the game. Any weakness he has, he works tirelessly to make it a strength.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
That one misses. Here's Covington. Here's the 3.
Important triple there at the buzzer. That halftime deficit looks a lot more manageable when it's in single digits.
That'll do it for the first half. Suns lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Tyson. Looks like 2 different teams after the loss. What's the difference?
Well, we just can't allow them to stay around close. You know, last night we had a letdown. Tonight we got to do a better job of getting down, staying our ground, playing defense, and taking advantage of this game.
Tyson, thanks a lot for your time. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Do not let up, gentlemen. Play with the same enthusiasm. Let's get this W.
The beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, pressed up, and ready to go. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. It's been quite a game for Alex Len.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Well, it's his specialty. There are certain guys who can dominate a half or even an entire game by generating second chances.
Here's who Earl Watson is starting the second half with. Mike Booker pairing up at the 1 and the 2. Jared Dudley out there with Alex Len. And it's Warren in at the 3 spot. Okafor gets the bucket. Changes for Philadelphia. Sarge comes in for Carl Landry. And Robert Covington subbed in for Stauskas. And the Suns here with a different look. Prez is checked in for Alex Len. P.J. Tucker comes in for Jared Dudley. Leandro Barbosa is checked in for Warren. Young is subbed in for Devin Booker. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Jahlil Okafor. And Pheonix also making a switch. Warren's checked in for Brandon Knight. The 76ers leading.
And the Sixers, you know, patiently building with young talent. And through all the losing, Coach Brett Brown talked about seeing the daylight. And I think we're starting to see it as well. The roster is starting to take shape, and maybe that optimism is just around the corner for the Sixers.
Barbosa pushes to Young. Tries from 16. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Young's got 6.
Yeah, and Young has a beautiful touch from the mid-range, really sticking it to the D from there.
And here is Simmons. He's got 7. And here's Covington from the arc. It's rebounded by Prez. And Prez came into the NBA early, as is so common now, but he still has the support of his loving mom. And the two are as close as any in the league, and she still hounds him to take care of himself.
Well, that's what moms are best at. I heard she will still send him care packages with food. I'm sure some of his teammates might rib him on that, but nothing beats a home-cooked meal from mom. I don't care who you are.
And you figured it was coming with his time playing for USA, but Prez has quickly become a very well-connected player in the NBA.
It certainly started there, but in general, Prez is just a really gregarious guy. The league is a little buddy-buddy nowadays, and Prez fits right into that whole environment.
Now that bucket, Embiid's got his second basket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young passes to Prez. Unable to get that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. This game against Pheonix here, it's the first look at the Suns.
An interconference matchup. They face these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Covington inside the line. Out of bounds. Pheonix will take possession. Noel's checked in for the 76ers. Alex Len's checked in for Pheonix. Brandon Knight comes in for Leandro Barbosa. Knight kicks to Prez. Feeds it to Len. Unloads from 13. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Boy, he's been dead-eyed tonight, and the whole team has prospered from that.
Al Simmons. He's got 7. From deep three-point range. No good there. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Suns leading. The lengthy duo of Noel and Embiid down low. Robert Covington out there with Jared Bayless. And it's Simmons in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Young with no one around. Here's Len. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
I'll tell you, that's some gritty work on the offensive glass. Staying active and coming away with second chance points is just so crucial.
And stolen by Booker. Over to the left wing. Here's Prez. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Young. And it's Prez, top of the key. On the wing, Booker. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
You know, he clearly hasn't been as sharp as usual, but they're still scoring as a team.
Simmons dishes to Noel. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Embiid with the steal. Here's Covington. He kicks it to Bayless. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Clock at 6. Noel passes to Covington. And he overshot that one, missing.
Who knows what happened there, but I'm sure the defense is aware they dodged a bullet.
On the wing, Booker. Left side, Knight. He feeds it to Prez. Pass to Booker. Lets it go with a three. Again, the miss by Booker.
If he were shooting a bit better tonight, they'd be much further ahead in the scoreboard.
Bayless with it. Young's there. Dishes it to Noel. For three, Covington. Nailed from three-point land. Covington's got it all tied up now for the 76ers. And the Suns call time. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating them.
Letting one guy look like a world beater out there. He cannot keep getting into our paint so easily. I know he's got it going, but let's gap him on the ball and force him to beat us with the jumper. No easy buckets now, all right? We got this.
And the 76ers with some changes. Okafor is checked in for Joel Embiid. Landry comes in for Noel. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for Robert Covington. And then for Phoenix, Jared Dudley's checked in for Prez. And Warren subbed in for Young. Lan against Okafor. Len kicks to Warren. The pass to Len, 11 feet away. No good on that one. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Can't believe we lost that game, y'all.
Makes me want to get right back out there.
Whew, you telling me.